Hello, my name is Theo Flove. Today we're going to talk about why in the world you are here on this channel or this Facebook page and what it can do for you. So let's start with the story. 2 days ago I was taking my bike home from a meeting down in the city here in Oslo, and on my way home there was dark outside and the cold wind, but I was just being happy, blissing out, listening to good music, and motivational speakers and stuff. And as I'm cycling home, I'm coming to this crossroad. And I approach this crossroad, and of course, I stop to see if there's any cars coming. So I look to my left, and I see a car coming, and I'm like, oh, can I go over? And the guy in the car, I could actually see him through the window. He was like smiling and waving, yeah, come on, go on. I'm like, oh, that's wonderful, thank you. So I'm crossing one half of the road, and on the second half of the road, I have gained some momentum. And as I look to my right, I see this car coming out of the roundabout right here, and it's approaching really, really fast. And I'm thinking in this moment, like, oh my God, should I speed up or should I slow down? And you know how these moments are. You have to make a decision. If not, you're going to hesitate and you're more likely to merge with the pavement. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to go for it. So I'm just putting some speed on and just riding right across. The car comes right behind me, goes past me, and I'm safe. But I still got some momentum going on my bike. So I come right front in this park that is right in front of me, and I hit the brakes, and the bike slides, and I fall down on the ground, on the earth, and with the mud and all that good stuff. So as I'm lying there on the ground, I'm thinking, what? Why don't I feel any nervousness or anxiety at all? And I rise up and I sit on the bike again. I'm thinking, why didn't I feel at least some kind of fear or shock or whatever? This is like strange. Is there something wrong with me? I don't know. So I sit on the bike and I keep cycling a few meters for a minute or so forward. And as I approach this corner, I look to my left and I see this woman standing beside the grocery store. And she's there with her pants down. And, she's just letting it flow. Sitting there right in the middle of the pavement, just urinating. And I'm thinking, what in the world is happening? And I keep cycling, looking back like 5 times or so, like, really? 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 And then it dawns on me that should probably in some way have been my reaction to what happened earlier. I didn't wet my pants. I didn't go into some kind of shock. Why didn't I do that? And this story, I share this story with you because I want you to see that situations like these don't have to be something that triggers negative emotions. It doesn't have to be something that causes worry or fear. Now, put this story in relation to something that happened to me 10 or 11 years ago. I was just a child, stupid. I'm walking home from school, and there's this big road on my way home from school. So I'm standing on one side of the road, and I see a car right over there. It's approaching really fast, just like this other episode. It's approaching really fast. And I'm starting to walk over as the car is coming. And I have no idea why I did this. I just did it. But I still walked right out, and I'm like walking in shock, and I feel my heart pound, right up here in my throat. And I get over to the other side, and the car just right past me, and I'm walking home in shock, almost crying in fear because this was such a close call to being merged with the pavement, becoming a salad all over the road. Luckily, that didn't happen. But what happened is, it gave me an opportunity to share this with you. You have the same person in different moments of time, of course, experiencing a similar episode where life is threatened. And in one episode, in the first episode when I was younger, I was filled with fear and my heart started beating and I really, really didn't feel good at all. I was like really in shock. And in this other circumstance, my mind was clear. I kept calm. I saw the car and I still felt it was like indifference. I'm like, okay, this happens. This is happening right now. What is the best action to do? So, think about this, really. You have the same situation, but you can respond in different ways. So how do you get from responding with fear and shock to becoming someone who is calm, confident, actually happy and feeling thankful for what happens or whatever feeling you want to feel? So this is why I'm giving you this story, to tell you, give you an example of what the purpose of this YouTube channel will be. It is to deliver to you some insights, some questions, some thoughts for you to contemplate and think about and see if maybe you can draw some benefit, some advantage, some value from some of the lessons I've learned through life as I've been traveling around the world, attending seminars and arrangements all over the world, mostly the US and in England, the rest of Europe, and here in Norway and the Nordic countries. So now you got a piece of what you may actually get from tuning into this channel regularly, listening to the videos. I'm going to share more about how you can actually apply certain things in your life so you can gain some of the benefit that has helped for me and others. It's entirely up to you, this isn't for everyone. But for those who realize that, I can feel better than what I'm doing now, this is for you. This is for you. And I'm pretty sure this is what people are going to do more and more in the future. We are going to know how much our emotions affect our life. Emotions are key. You can feel fearful in a work situation. Or think about this. If you're going to perform in front of an audience, you may feel fearful. You may feel less confident. You may actually feel really terrified. And your legs will start shaking. And all of this happens just because of an emotion. An emotion. It's a thought that creates an emotion which releases a chemical that your body reacts to. And it's very real. It's an emotion, it's very real, but it has a very physical effect on your life. And that influences you in so many circumstances in life. So what we're going to do is to bring you from the emotional set point you're at right now, like your base point, and take you from there and start elevating it. And I'm not just talking about getting more excited and getting some excitement in your life and then falling down and being like normal. No, I'm talking about building your fundamentals. You're going to increase your set point, your level of where you're going to fall down. Think about this. Isn't it better to take an elevator? If you're going to take an elevator, you walk into the elevator and you hit the top floor because you're going to the top, and you take the elevator all the way up, and the floor before the top floor, the second top floor, right there, the elevator stops and something malfunctions and it begins to fall. Now what do? Think about this. Wouldn't it be better if the elevator could only fall one floor? Not all the floor down to the bottom. Because that is what this is all about. When I say we, I mean you and me are going to cooperate to get some wonderful benefits for you. And I'm going to smile all through it. That's why I'm doing this. Let's build some floors, some stops on the floors. Let's increase the default floor. So if you're going to the 10th floor, but on the 8th floor, you have some challenges and the elevator starts to fall, you can only fall down to the 7th floor. From 8th to 7th. That isn't too bad. You'll probably survive. Instead of now, maybe you can get really excited and almost have like bipolar disease. I'm not sure what you call it in English, but it means that you're high and low, high and low, high and low. You're going high, 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 but you fall and go low, 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 and you crash. And it's such a struggle to move up from there. Instead, let's make your new floor the 7th floor, so you can get from there and up and get more and more. Most people actually don't even go further than the 2nd or 1st floor, because they have crashed so many times that they don't want to risk it anymore. Instead of instead of installing in their elevator this mechanism that makes you only fall 1 floor, they don't want to rise higher. So they go 1 floor up and crashes in the basements. They go 1 floor up and crashes in the basement. At some point, they're just going to stay in the basement. Now, that's not what you want, I'm sure. Probably. You know better than I, but I think you want to have some fun riding the elevator to the top and feeling safe on the way, emotionally safe, that whatever happens, you're going to have the capacity, the ability, the tools, and the control over your life, the benefit, the connection with yourself to stay true to yourself, to stay emotionally balanced and emotionally in control. And that's what I want to teach you. So have a terrific day. It's snowing here in Norway. This is the first day it's snowing actually now in this winter. So it's really awesome. It's going to be a ski season. Looking forward to that. Have a terrific day and talk to you soon. Next Thursday actually. Goodbye.